The Adventure of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain Longman Simplified English Series read by Khanittha Srirat. Chapter 6 In the graveyard. At 9:30 at night, Tom and Sid were sent to bed, and as usual, they said their prayers and Sid was soon asleep. Tom lay awake and read in listless impotence, and clock struck 11. Then there came Huck's signal, the meowing of a cat. A minute later, Tom was dead and out of the window. He crept along and looked off a woodshed, and then jumped to the ground. Huckleberry Finn was there with his dead cat. The boys moved off, disappeared, and in the darkness, half an hour later they were stepping through the tail glass of the graveyard. It was on a hill, about a mile and a half from the village. A faint white moon through and trees, and Tom feared that it might be the spirits of the dead complaining about this disturbance and the place. The solemnity and the silence had a despairing effect on them. They found the half of kneeling dark earth which they were seeking, and kept within the protection of glitch tree and grew within a few feet of the cave. Then they wait in silence, for then seemed a long time. The mirthful cry of distant birds was only sound and trouble the dead silent stillness. Huck, do you believe the dead people like us to be here? Said Tom in whisper. I wish I know, whispered Huck. It's awfully solemn, is it not? It is. There was long pause. I say, Huck, do you think Horace Williams can hear us talking? Of course he can, at least his spirit can. Another long pause followed. I wish I would say Mr. Williams, breathed Tom, but I never meant any harm. Everybody calls him Horace. You should be very careful how you talk about this dead people, Tom. This was discouraging, and conversation died again. Suddenly Tom seized Huck's arm and exclaimed, "Pshaw! What is Tom?" The two boys held on each other, their hearts beating fast. "Pshaw! There it is again. Did you hear it? Oh, Tom! They are coming. What will we do?" "I don't know. Do you think they will see us?" "Oh, Tom, they can see in the dark just like cats. I wish I hadn't come." The boys bent their heads together and scarcely breathed. A dull sound of voice floated up from the far end of the graveyard. "Look there," whispered Tom. "What it is?" "It's their fire." "Oh, Tom, this is awful." Some vague figure approached through the gloom, sweeping an old-fashioned lamp. "It's the devil, I'm sure. 3 of them. Tom will never get away alive. Can you pass?" "I will try, but don't be afraid. They are not going to hurt us." "Sure. What is this?" hugs. They are being. One of them is uncertain, and that old Potter's voice. No, it isn't. It is. I know it. Don't stir. He isn't sharp enough to notice us. That's unusual, I expect. Alright, I will keep still. Here they come again. I say hug. I know another of them is light-skinned Joe. That's so. Then murdering half-breed. I later have devils. What do they want? The three men reached a grave and stood within a few feet of boy's hiding place. Here it is, said the third voice, and the owner of it held the lamp up and relief of face of young Dr. Robinson, Potter and Leskin. Joe had an handclasp from which they took a blanket, a rope, and two spades. Then they began to open the grave. Hurry, man, said the doctor in a low voice. The moon may come out at any moment. They made an indistinct reply and went to digging. For some time there was no noise but the shoot of the spade moving and the earth. Finally a spade struck the coffin, and within another minute or two the man had lifted it out. They broke off the lid with their spade, got out the body and drove it logly in the ground. The moon sailed out from behind the cross and lit up the shaky face. The handclasp was got ready and the body was placed on it, covered with the blanket, and bound in its place with the rope. Potter took out a knife, cut the end of the rope, and then said, "Now, the costing lady so bonds, and you will hand out another $5 or that it stays." "That's the way to talk," said Light-skinned Joe. "What does he mean?" asked the doctor. "You demand your pay in advance, and I have paid you." "Yes, and you have done more than that," said Red-skinned Joe, approaching the doctor. "5 years ago, you drove me away from your father's kitchen one night when I come to ask for a bit of bread, and you call me a scoundrel when I swore that I make you suffer off for that. Even if it took me 100 years, your father and me put in prison as vagabond. Did you think that I, with native blood in me, would forget such treatment? And now I have got you, and you must pay for it." He was threatening the doctor with his fist in his face by this time. The doctor struck out suddenly and knocked the villain down. Potter dropped his knife and exclaimed, "Here, don't stab my partner." The next moment, Potter and the doctor were fighting fastly. Light-skinned Joe sprang to his feet, his eyes fumbling with fury, snatched up Potter's knife, and went clipping cat-like about the stark-lying man. She skipped, seeking for an opportunity. Suddenly, the doctor tore himself for an free seized the heavy headboard of William's gift and stone Potter with it. At same instant, the half-breed saw his chains and rope and knife up to the handle in the young man's breast. He stared and fell partly upon Potter, flooding him with his blood. At the same moment, the crews covered up in this full spectacle, and the two traveling boys seized his opportunity to creep away in the darkness. When the moon came out again, Redskin Joe was standing over the two men, regarding them fully. The doctor murmured something, gave a long gasp or two, and was still. The half-breed master, "That's a cow, is that? Cows you." Then he loved the boy. After doing so, he put the fatal knife in Potter's right hand and sat down on the broken coffin. 3, 4, 5 minutes passed, and then Potter began to stir and moan. His hand closed upon the began knife. He raised it, glanced at it, and lit it for with a silver. Then he sat up, pushing the body from him. The guests at it and around him convulsing. His eye met Redskin Joe's. "Good heaven, what is that?" he said. "It's nasty business," replied Redskin Joe without moving. "What do you think? What do it for?" I don't do it." Potter trembled. I went white. I thought I was drunk. I shouldn't have touched any drink tonight, but it's in my head. Yes, I can't remember anything about this. "Tell me, Joe." Thoughtfully. "No, oh folly. Folly did I do it, Joe. Upon Mary's soul and honor, I swear that I never meant to, Joe. Tell me how it happened, Joe. Oh, it's awful." And he was such a fine young doctor. Why you two were struggling, and he hit you with the headboard and knocked you down. Then you got up, snatched a knife and stuck it into him just as he hit you again, and you have been lying there till now. Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. Is what all account of the drink and excitement. I'm sure I never used a weapon in my life before, Joe." The poor creature dropped on his knee and held out his arms before the murder. "Joe, don't tell. Say that you won't tell. Joe, that's a good fellow." "I have always liked you, Joe, and defend you, too." "You won't tell, will you, Joe?" "No, you have always been good to me, Potter, and I keep my mouth shut." "Oh, Joe, you're an angel. I will bless you for this till my dying day." He began to cry. "Come now, that's enough of that," said Redskin Joe. "You go that way, and I will go this. Move now, and don't leave any tracks behind you." Potter hurried away, and the half-breed stood looking after him. If he has as much style with the ball and as stupid with the drink as he seemed to be, Redskin Joe master, he won't think for of tonight to He's gone so far that he will be afraid to come back for it, the crow was.